Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your virtual weekly TV guide right here on the Latin Nerds Network. Ready to give you all the recommendations of all the shows, movies, documentaries released on streaming over the past week. Let you know what to avoid. That sometimes is the case. And of course, let you know what's coming out. At the end of the show, let you know what's coming out next week so you too can create your very own watch list. Ready to rock here as always, the Senor Jaime, aka Chewy. What it is, what it was, what it shall be.
It is not Sunday, it is Saturday. So
Saturday,
they're
yeah, an unusual
they're
early
early.
recording and all that, but we got a chance to get a peek at all the shows that got dropped. It's actually a decent sized week. It's been a while, so we had a good week as far as number of releases and etc. This next week is not as big, so that's good because a lot of stuff I need to catch up on. A lot of shows
Mhm.
ongoing, a lot of releases, Gen V still going on, etc., which I still got to catch up on. But that
Renewed
being
for
said,
season two.
Renew season two. That's right, Gen V, of course, big shocker. Renews and I get renewed. Oh yeah, it's actually. I'm not sure what the numbers are. They don't release numbers. Amazon barely does. I know it's the number one show on Amazon. That doesn't mean anything. But I think maybe it doesn't. But it did say is it Inquisitive, some word like that. But it said it's the most whatever inquisitive show, whatever. Basically,
Inquired.
inquired maybe that's what it is.
Inquired,
Yeah. So
yes.
basically, yeah,
Yes.
new subscriptions. The first thing they put on was Gen V. So there's a correlation there. So obviously people may be getting it for Gen V, which makes sense because it's part of the
Amen.
boys. And if you're not watching, you should because it's very good. But we'll talk about that another day. Let's deal with the stuff that came out this week. Some documentaries. We'll start there, of course. First and foremost is The Devil on Trial. This was on Netflix early in the week, of course. Is documenting the case of a young boy who was possessed, quote unquote, depends what you believe, and possession that went through exorcism. The possession took over his brother, and his brother ended up killing somebody, and he used that devil made me do it defense when he went to trial. Of course, this one has, for those who are familiar with The Conjuring 3 was based off this particular story. And we have, the Warrens, of course, in the real Warrens in this one. And, the shysters, are they real? I don't know, whatever. They're paranormal investigators or whatever.
Paranormal con people. That's all I'm gonna
There you go.
say.
A demonologist, as he refers himself, as far as with the Warrens. Whatever. So,
Smoke and
so
mirrors.
this one here, obviously, the people involved, the kid who was possessed is, obviously giving his account of what happened and things like that. Interesting story. Listen, I like this kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of The Conjuring, so I started watching. I'm like, oh, this is like the third movie. Okay, fair enough. But just dealing with the real people and going to the accounts of what happened. They do touch on, particularly one member of the family who wasn't buying any of it, and he gives his story as far as what he thought may have occurred. They do use
Hmm.
a lot of the recordings that they use. The Warrens did when they interviewed the kid, and as he was possessed and etc. Again, depends what side of the coin you land on there. But this one I like. It was good. It was well done. Like I said, I'm into this kind of stuff. When these kind of horror movies come out with these, The Exorcist and that kind of thing, Conjuring, I'm all over it. It's kind of cool to get a real account from those who were involved in this situation, and what happened in the trial is interesting. The attempt to use the devil, maybe do it defense, didn't quite work out how they expected it to. It talks about the outcome. So it takes a deep dive, and it was enjoyable. I like it. It's Halloween time. This is the kind of shit they're going to be throwing out. It's a couple of hours we'll be talking about later, and one coming out next week. Chewy, your thoughts on this one?
I don't know. I mean, I was somewhat bored with it, honestly. I don't know. I don't think it was what I was expecting. Um, and facts aside, I mean, they tried to paint a even kill picture, especially when they got into the potential cause with whatever she was feeding the kids, that sedative or
Oh, right,
whatever,
yeah.
with their dinners. I can't remember what it was called. It started with an S, right? Um, and so I mean, yeah, I mean, I could have lived with that. I could have done without it at the end of the day, to be
Yeah,
honest
I
with
mean,
you. It wasn't because I thought it was about to be the trial and the stuff, and it
sure,
just got into
sure.
the whole exorcism exercise and church and everyone else that was involved
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't
There's
know.
no trial. They breeze through the trial
They,
towards
they
the end,
yeah
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, like, okay, this is, and you call this, and the devil made me do it, that's the defense, but that's about all you got for the
Basically,
title.
and the turnouts. Yeah, it's more about leading up to
Yeah.
it. No, like I said, you have to be
Mm.
into this kind of thing. If you are, like I said, it's an hour and 20 minutes. It's not a series. It's a docu film. So yeah, whatever. I liked it for what it was, and nothing great, but for Halloween season, get you in the mood, watch this real quick, and then pop in The Conjuring afterwards. It kind of was a little appetizer to the main course, if you will. This next one is show here. I stick with Netflix. This one I was really excited about, and that is of course Bodies. That's dropped a
Yes.
limited series, English show, the Queen's English. Here, a great premise. We have
We're not the King's English.
well, the Queen's dead, so yeah, maybe the King's English. Hello, too soon? No, it's not too soon. Um, but whatever. So anyway, so oh, your thing just went kind of small. What the happening here? Let me adjust me here on the screen. Excusez-moi. Yeah, so this one here we have
Push.
interesting story, a very sci-fi fiction based on time travel elements. We have essentially four different timelines, but sometime in the late 1800s. We got 1920s, the current time, and then 30 years in the future, around 2050 something.
It's actually 1940s.
1940s. Well, 1940s, 1800s, right? The current
Yes.
time, and
2023 and then
30s.
2053.
Right.
Yes.
So essentially, there are four detectives is focusing on each detective finding the exact same body in the exact same way, exact same street, just in different timelines. And now this is trying to interweave that storyline, and so far there are correlation to a huge event that happens in the current time, but I'm not sure how the prior timelines are kind of mixed into that. So very interesting premise. I like that, and the premise is what is keeping this show going, because it's okay. And they end every episode with something really cool as far as a new nugget. Like, okay, I'm in here. It's not. It's got no sizzle to it. And it shows have a lot of sizzle. It's just the premise is the story. This idea of
Hmm.
this body and what's going on. Okay, you wanna. It's intriguing enough. It's a great idea to keep you invested in the show because you want to know what the big picture is. But as I'm watching, I'm kind of just find myself a little bit like, okay, it's a little dragging and dragging it. Oh, cool reveal at the end. All right, next episode, same rinse and repeat. But the premise is a star. I like the premise. I'll keep watching it. I kind of want a little bit more pizzazz out of here. It's just kind of just very even keel, very kind of somber tone. Characters are who they are. Nobody really stands out. Two of your thoughts.
No, it's a little slow. It's dragging a little bit. I think they need to pick up the pace. It's only 8 episodes. It's a limited series,
Right.
but I'm waiting for my meal. Let's go, man.
Yeah.
I got my water. I got my bread. Where's my steak and potatoes?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think I'm four in. I've seen four.
Okay, I've only seen two.
Yeah, and it's just again, it's like, and I think by second or the third, I think start revealing some stuff about the future and how it ties in. It which I found it's a very interesting ideas here, and they get presented, and it kind of hooks you. I just wish the rest of the show hooked you, right? And I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
waiting for something, and it's not. It's a recommend. It's a barely recommend. If you like, if the premise sounds interesting enough, you will enjoy it. It is a very unique premise. It's based off a graphic novel, if I'm not mistaken. So I love the idea. I just wanted to love the show, and I didn't. So it's kind of a letdown. I'm still watching. I'm still in. It's still enjoyable
Yeah.
because of the
I
premise.
still finish it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. It's a good filler show, and you got nothing else to watch. Okay, this sounds like it might be your bag. Pop in again. Netflix, 8 episodes, about 50 minutes, 55 minutes a pop. It
Hmm.
just wasn't. I was hoping to come in and say a must
You want
watch.
to? I want a little bit more, and I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I was expecting to come in. Man, this show is awesome. Another great. I just like a la dark, it's along kind of premise. No,
Hmm.
not at all like that. It's kind of a shame. But again, not a bad show. It's not just a very slow one, and it's taking its time, unfortunately. This next one, I'm not familiar with it. I actually started watching the first episode yesterday just to put it on. And that's Wolf Like Me on Peacock, the second season.
Oh, you finally went back to watch it.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
like, let
cool.
me. I mean, obviously, I wasn't gonna watch. I couldn't run through these episodes. So I'm like, I'll just gonna wait and take my time. But let you talk about the second season, which dropped, and a cool premise show, right? I mean, I saw the first episode, and obviously, Wolf Like Me. It's
Hmm.
look at the title, right? I guess Josh
It's a
Gad.
werewolf
Yeah,
show.
Josh
Yes,
Gad can
perfect for
meet
Halloween. Hmm.
Tyler Fisher, who from I think by an accident. Josh Gad, wife died in the past, raising a daughter who's has mental issues with the mother and all that. And apparently, yeah, he starts dating her, and I guess he's a werewolf. So yeah, that's the premise. So it sounds interesting. I like the first episode, but Chewie, you've seen first season. How's first season two thus far?
Yeah, yeah. I've seen a couple episodes already of season two. Right, I saw first season was last year, a couple years ago, whatever it was. But first season was interesting, entertaining. This one it's a little bit different take because now they're together. They're having a child,
Spoiler
and so there's a big.
alert.
Oops,
No, I'm
sorry.
just kidding. That's it.
After the first episode, man,
I
come
know,
on,
no,
dude,
no, no.
stop it.
I assume they get
Um,
together. I know that, obviously.
yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously they're together now. They moved into new house, right? And obviously they're expecting a baby, and she's not sure what's going to come out. Is it going to be a wolf? Is it going to be human? What's the deal? And so that's the big play so far through two or three episodes so far. So still entertaining, still what I expected from season one. So still the same. I enjoyed it, so I'll keep watching.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the premise. It's when I saw, it, I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'll pop it in. It seemed cool. Like kind of lighthearted comedy, kind of dark comedy, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Dark,
Um,
very dark
yeah, I
comedy.
guess, and
Yes.
for me, I haven't even gotten to the Wolver part of it yet. Just that little teaser at the end of the first episode. It's like,
Ah, well, yeah, you'll get,
right,
yeah,
right. So I haven't quite
they
got the
get
full
pretty
picture.
graphic. They get pretty
Oh,
graphic in
even
season
better.
one.
That's even music to my ears if that's the case. But it looking fun. For what I've seen, yeah, we'll give it a shot. I guess on Peacock, it's 20-minute, 30-minute episodes, so it's short. Quick,
Peacock.
yeah. So it's very, Peacock doesn't have much stuff to watch on Peacock. It really doesn't. So for the 80 people who have the Peacock, when I pop it in, this next one is go back to Netflix. Creature is a Turkish show, little Turkish delight, if you will, or maybe not delight,
Mm-hmm.
depends. This one here is basically a take on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the original Frankenstein, not
Yes.
the Hollywoodized version. Although they did
Mm-hmm.
release a more traditional, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Robert De Niro, which is not a good movie. But this one here, yeah, just focusing on the real story about ambition,
Mm-hmm.
humanity, and the dark side of it, etc. And the young doctor who will want to be doctor, who obviously has an ambition to, deep into the book of the resurrection, and prevent death and all that. But he has good intentions, and I've seen 3 episodes on this one. Chuy, let you go first. What do you think about this one?
I've seen two, I believe. And I'm mistaken with the last episode with the rats. Is that the second episode?
Yes, yes.
Okay, because I've only seen two.
Okay.
So, um, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, right off the bat, it tells you this is based on Mary Shelley's book,
Right.
right? So you know what to expect.
Right. If you're familiar with the story.
Um, yeah, I mean, right off the bat, they give you the key part, said it's based on Mary Shelley's book, blah 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 blah. So, um, and obviously, I never read the book, so I'm not sure how close this is to that material. This is just another adaptation, but it's okay. I mean, I'm watching it dubbed because honestly, I'm just lazy. I
Well,
don't
I,
want
I
to
dubbed it
read
too. I dubbed
subtitles.
it too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I'll deal with it. Sometimes I don't
I
mind.
usually,
I just
yeah, I
want
usually like to watch it with
yes,
subtitles, but I'm like, I'm not sure, I don't have no idea how good the show is, so I'm always starting off.
yeah,
The shows that I do the phone test. I'm on the phone, kind of grab my attention, right? But that being said, I can't read the lines and look at my phone at the same time.
yeah, exactly.
So I dub it,
You
and
can see what's going on. You can
right, I can
understand what's
hear.
going
I'm like,
on.
I gotta keep looking
So
up,
yeah,
and
it's
yeah,
okay. It's okay. Like I said, the Mary Shelley book, the story is interesting, and not Hollywood versions aside.
right.
But I'm watching that. I don't know. I don't know if I haven't decided if it's a recommend yet. No, I gotta keep watching a couple more episodes and see.
Yeah,
8 episode. It's an 8 episode run.
right, right. I
But
seen
I'm gonna.
three. The third one, it's again, it's getting there, and I think it's at a point now where okay, oh, okay, now we're here, now we're gonna get into the meat of it. It seems like it's fine. It's okay. It's actually
Mhm.
for Turkish shows pretty well made. I like them. It's got some humor in there, so they keep it kind of light at
No, yeah,
times,
yeah, it does.
which I
It
like.
does.
So it doesn't take itself too seriously. I like the main guy, the whatever doctor is not
The
doctor. Yeah,
student,
it's not
yes,
Doctor
yeah.
Frankenstein. It's not it's not how it is,
Mhm.
guys. Whatever his name is, but it's he's cool. I like him. It's got a little spark behind him. It's enjoyable. It's fine. It's again, it's not one with again, it's Halloween, but it's not really a horror kind of show at all by any stretch of the
No,
imagination.
not to not
Yeah,
to 2 episodes.
no,
Obviously,
maybe yeah,
I mean,
maybe
they
later.
try
Yeah,
to introduce it at the first episode, but I mean that's like, but then
yeah.
they flash back,
Right, yeah,
right?
yes, a
So
lot of flashback because I think that the book actually does start in a version of that where he's actually
okay.
chasing down the monster and he's telling a story. So, but yeah, either way, yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's better than I expected. To be honest with you, I was expecting. I thought I was gonna watch one episode and I'm out, which is why I was on the phone. Um, but it's again filler, right? This is one filler. Like, I think I enjoy Bodies more because it's got a better premise.
Mm,
This one has a better.
that's a toss up for
It's a
me.
toss up
That's
because
a
this
toss
one's
up.
it's got better characters. So it's like okay,
Yeah.
what kind of mood you're in, right? A little more sci-fi, you like a little more traditional stuff. Again, it's up to the eye of the beholder, I guess. But it's not a bad show. It's not a bad show. It's not a
Yeah,
great one.
no,
It's
no,
good
not at
filler.
all.
So I'll recommend it for now. 'Cause it's actually pretty well made, so it wasn't that bad. The last one here is Upload that we'll talk about, and this one is season 3. I know season 3 don't like to get into the beyond 2 seasons, but we'll talk about it. This is a very funny comedy on. I've been enjoying the last couple of seasons. I think you have too, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
On Amazon
Sci-fi
Prime, yeah,
comedy. Yeah.
30 points, 30 minutes long. This one here is the whole basic premise that someplace in the future, technology is king, of course, and there is a company that
You
create.
can upload your
Yeah,
consciousness when you
exactly.
pass
When you
away,
pass away, right?
or even before you pass
Well, yeah,
away.
you can
You
choose
can
to
upload your
upload
consciousness
yourself into to this whatever virtual
to the
reality.
virtual
Yeah,
world, and the more money you have, the more perks you get, from food to clothing to your surroundings.
right. How you look.
And so that's the premise,
Yeah,
right? Yes,
exactly.
exactly,
Activities is all
exactly.
money based. Obviously, the
And the people who are alive can still interact with their loved ones in this virtual world, right? So you
right,
should.
right.
It's not only your memory; it's you interact with them in through VR goggles or
Yeah,
whatever
exactly. It's like
technology,
the avatar of
and
comes
kind
up.
of be with them. Yes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a very funny show. And the main character, who's obviously died, who was murdered, and once he discovers that,
Mm-hmm.
tries to figure out why. He had a company that was trying to do this for free, so obviously that's probably why. So just going to the weeds as far as why is he there and what's going on and all that. So it's a very funny show. It's got some really cool concepts. Really walk. It has a lot of fun with the idea of this virtual world that our characters are out there. So people he meets that are
I
dead.
mean, it was some of the characters. I mean, some of the situations to do the
Yeah.
whole cow. I was like, oh Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it's very it's interesting in terms of what what they give you and all that. So it's a fun show. It really it's light. It's nothing. It's gonna I'm not saying it's must watch anything like that, but I'm enjoying it. They dropped 2 episodes. I like both of them. I like what's going. I guess I've been a fan of the show because it is funny. It's unique and they do
It's got good humor, that's
right.
for
And
sure.
so we've seen this concept's not new. We've seen this uploading into your conscious to the VR world or whatever. That's not new, but they do a lot. It's very playful how they do it, and I like the presentation. That was really cool. Maybe
Hmm.
the AI that's in there, that's it's helping you out, all the porters and stuff and whatever, they assist you. It's very unique and it's entertaining. But yeah, it's good. 2 episodes, Chewy. I mean, yes, you've seen both of them, I assume. Maybe you've seen one too, but
Yes,
yeah,
yeah, I
your
saw it.
thoughts?
No, no. Like I said, I enjoy it. I think it's a very funny show. It takes some wild swings with the future or potential future, right? I mean, not. I mean, there's some real futuristic stuff involved, like the driverless cars and whatnot.
Right, right.
But then the whole cow situation, that was like a cow on VR,
Oh yeah,
and it's like it looked like it meshed like and from it's funny because it was literally like an assembly line. At the very front of the cow, you get the good D milk, and then you go to skim milk, and then down the line you get the cottage cheese, yeah, the crap at the
it's wild. They got some really wild ideas here. Which I like
end.
about this show is like it's
Ridiculous
yes,
ideas,
ridiculous
honestly,
concept, but that's
whatever.
good. It doesn't
Yeah.
take it so seriously, right? If you do a show like
Yes.
that, go all out, right? Just go crazy and
Yeah.
put
Yes.
spaghetti in the wall and see what sticks, and that's kind of what the show
Hmm.
does. But the characters
Yeah.
are funny, man. They're likable, so it's entertaining. I'm enjoying it. Again, it's fluff for the most part. There's nothing deep in here, and even the whole mystery part's not. It's pretty, status quo, but it's fun.
Hmm.
It's just fun, man. I enjoy it. How to do with the memories. You can erase him. His best
The, the,
friend.
the whole the
You know,
whole the whole sushi scene.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
no,
That
no,
was interesting.
no.
Yeah, like I said, it's got some really cool stuff in there. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
It's just a cool show. I always tell people, hey, you want a good, quick, little 30-minute comedy.
a
Uh,
good laugh. There
yeah,
it is
this it is.
happening.
Yeah, again, you're not gonna break the bank here. It's fine. It's not like a world beater show, but it's very entertaining and why not, right? And again, this is a little bit above filler. Like of all the shows,
Hmm.
you can pick one. This is probably the one I say go back and try watching. Because it's only 30 minutes. If it was like 40, 45 minutes, I wouldn't say bother. Don't bother. But the 3 seasons to watch or 2 seasons, 2 episodes. But at 30 minutes, it's doable. It's quick. It's an easy watch.
Yeah,
But that's all we have. We mentioned 30 coins. That actually comes out on this coming
Monday.
Monday. So it was our mistake, but that's okay. We'll talk about that next week. Speaking of next week, let's dive into that now because we obviously we know 30 coins on HBO Max or Max. Sorry, comes out this Monday. But that being said, we do have other shows, of course. We just here again have some issues with technical. On the 24th, we have Get Gotti, and that's a
Mm.
documentary on Netflix. Of course, John Gotti, the
The Teflon
right
Don.
Teflon Don, a famous gangster in New York back in is it 80s, 70s, 80s?
Well,
I don't know.
60s, 70s. I think
Yeah.
the 80s was finally they finally got him. I think wasn't it, or
I
90s,
believe I
early
believe
90s.
so. Around there again, whatever, before my time and
One of
during
them.
my time, but
I mean, he
yeah.
was one of the mob bosses of one of
Mhm.
the five Italian mafia
Mhm.
families, right in New York.
Yeah,
But the government tried to get him forever on everything, and he kept the sliding out, man, finding a way out. And they finally got him. I think it was tax evasion. I
oh,
can't remember what
I
he
think it
got
was
him
like
for.
an Al Capone situation. That's all they
Yeah,
could
just
pin on him. And
taxes.
you've seen the
Yeah.
movies like this and all, but it's the real life story of it. It's fascinating characters.
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to that one. We got another
Hmm.
documentary again on Netflix on the 25th. It's not a big week this week. Life on Our Planet. I think Morgan Freeman narrates it, so that's a plus
Ah,
already.
yes, man.
Great book. His voice, man. You
Yeah.
can read the phone book, and I'm enthralled.
Mm.
But yeah, obviously, a nature show, history of the world, and whatever, and et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I mean, a history
Of the
of
planet, yeah.
animals and mankind. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
all animals,
Yeah.
right? Because they go back to,
Prehistoric times, I think. Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
prehistoric. So they got to give me a big picture,
Yeah.
full picture of life on our planet,
Yeah.
really.
What's interesting is I like if you like into that nature stuff. I am, so
Hmm.
I'll be enjoying that one. We got a movie on Netflix, Rolling the Die, whatever. Painkillers. This one, a couple of big names on here. We got Chris Evans, of course, Captain
Is it
America.
Painkiller or Pain
Pain Hustlers.
Hustlers?
I'm sorry, I'm thinking Painkillers.
Okay, I was like,
My bad,
yeah.
Pain Hustlers. You're right. Emily Blunt is
Chris Evans,
No, yeah, no, not she's not in Severance.
Captain America.
We got the America Chris Evans. Oh, it's Evan. I thought you said Severance. My bad. Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
said
Chris
Evans.
Evans, of course. I mean, Blunt, two big stars here. This one, it's kind of the whole OxyContin kind of feel to it, I guess, right? The pharmaceutical sales and.
I
So,
don't know about that, but I mean, I think the focus is on these two characters,
oh
right? They got
yeah.
into the business of being sales rep for pharma companies,
Yeah.
and so yeah, a borderline confidence, man, really
Right.
are in a sense, right? Especially, I mean, you're selling, relief, you're selling,
Of course.
a snake oil in some fashion, right? In a certain way, it may work, it may not, I'm not sure, but you're selling the hope that this is going to fix you, cure you, alleviate
Of
you,
course. What
whatever,
they sell,
whatever
right?
it is,
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
the
Yeah, so they get
yeah.
involved. It looks interesting. Listen, I love both those, Blunt and Evans. But again, it's Netflix, whatever. And big stars
Roll the
doesn't always mean a
dice.
lot. We got Chris Evans had that movie in Apple, which was mediocre. The one with Anna de Armas,
Not
which is fine. It
bad.
was
Yeah, it
fine.
was
It was fine,
yeah,
but
it's fine
it's
movie.
fine.
Yeah.
So I hopefully this is if it's fine, I'm okay. I don't expect a whole lot. And Apple Plus, love me some Apple Plus. We got the Enfield Poltergeist. Is this a docu
Hmm.
series or a show?
I am not
I'm not sure.
sure
I
because
didn't see the trailer.
I know it's a series. I haven't seen the
Okay.
trailer, and I see Poltergeist. I'm like, okay, well, I don't think it's a docu drama, but I could be
I
wrong.
could be right. It could be a docu series. It could be a show. But listen, like I said, we talked about the devil. Maybe do it. I love that kind of thing, right? There's demonic possessions and all that. And this one, based off, well,
Oh, bullshit.
potential, whatever it is, possession or whatever. I don't know. Very famous, documented back in the day. I don't know. Again, depends what side of the coin you
Fake,
fall on.
fake, fake.
But it's a show or a documentary about that. To me, just having Apple Plus behind it, gets me in. I'm not saying that they hit all the
Yes,
time because they don't.
they got some sway, dude.
No, exactly. Yeah, they got a lot of credit. What was the show I just watched? We didn't talk about it because it was when I was on vacation.
What,
The
Changeling
Changeling, which
or?
was not.
Oh, that was well. I mean, they do have their misses. I mean, that's not the only miss,
No, no,
right? There
no,
was the
no. But
other
that was just
show.
recent. That was
There
just
was the other
terrible
show with
ending.
the fake Miami
Yeah,
University, whatever it
they've done
was.
their
That was
crap. They've done
terrible,
their
dude.
crap. But again, usually they do well.
And that was like, where come on, you can't fork out the money to UM, and you have to go with the fake University of Miami.
Apple got all kinds of money. I mean, Apple being
I
cheap
know
is come on,
they don't want to pay
guys.
the real UM,
Yeah,
they were licensing to use their logos. Whatever. Okay, fine,
yeah.
whatever.
And I know they
Um,
got a movie coming out, The Killing of the Flower Moon, which I saw. Scorsese.
which you saw, which is excellent from what I
Yeah,
hear.
it's very
Yes.
good. It's been very long, so
Hmm. Hmm.
that's a great movie for Apple Plus. You watch half one day, half the other, because it's long. That's my biggest issue with the film, but it's really incredibly well made. It's really good, no doubt. But
Okay,
I know
good.
it's coming out soon. It's definitely what to watch. Just
Hmm.
watch it at home. You can piss in the middle and pause it and all that. Eat and
Yeah,
sleep for 8 hours and
absolutely.
come back because it's 3.5. It's long. But that being said, yeah. So there was only 5 things with 30 coins on that. So we'll talk about those shows next week and documentaries. Hopefully it's a good week. In the meantime, again, there's just options there.
Actually, I
Oh,
know there is a new show on Prime that I didn't bring up. You may like it. It's called Everyone Loves Diamonds. It just dropped, I think, a couple weeks ago, and I just started watching. It's actually based on, remember the show, the heist show that we saw, the documentary.
yeah.
And so one of them was about the Diamond District theft, right? Or the Diamond Center in Antwerp, I
Right.
believe. So it's based on that.
Ah,
It's an Italian show, excuse me.
Scusi.
I don't like Italian shows. So it's based on that, but obviously there were Italians involved in that, Robert, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because they went back to Torino and whatnot. So there was some involvement. It's pretty good. It's very entertaining. It's
Okay.
actually pretty funny as well. So if want to pop something on Prime,
Yeah,
check that
next week's
out.
a good week because again, I know documentaries not even watches,
Mm.
and it's only really one movie potentially show on
Mm.
Nap at the end of the week.
Yeah,
So, but again, there's always something to watch, and everyone here's on to watch is nonsense. There's always something. May not be something great to watch, but not everything can be great. Very few shows are great. I tell people that don't. It's not. Maybe you get a handful of shows that I can honestly say is must watch and is great. The majority are just okay and good.
Gen
You
V,
know.
Gen V.
I'm not even sure Gen V is even great. I'm liking it. I'm not loving it.
Ah, come on,
But
dude.
it's good. I mean, it's very good. I mean, I'm not saying it's must. I don't. If must watch if you're a boys fan. If you haven't seen the boys, I'm not saying go
Well, of
watch Gen
course,
V. Right? That's
obviously,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Right? That's it's more niche-ish in a way if you're into that genre. But
Look, dude.
but
Look,
but
dude.
that being
Look.
said, listen, there's
Anytime,
other shows.
anytime you have Muppets, and they
That scene was
full on
fantastic.
reverse cowgirl, I'm like, oh Jesus Christ.
Listen, I mean, come on. I'm still enjoying it a lot, a lot, a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's just it's hard not to envision. It's not the boys, and I get it. It's not trying to be, but whatever.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have that conversation when the show ends in a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, it's ending in a
Mm.
couple of episodes. But that being said, a lot of stuff to watch as always. That being said, check us out here every Sunday. Normally, today's an odd day. We did it early, but usually every Sunday, go all the shows and everything coming out, so you guys know what's coming out. Create your watch list. We're here for. So subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, of course, share, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.